Africa is the second largest continent in the world. It has a wide variety of cultures and natural beauty, and is also home to many species that can't be found anywhere else. In fact, one of the best reasons to visit this country is to see the wildlife, and it has some of the most beautiful animals in the world. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about unique animals only found in Africa. First off, at number 14, we have the African elephant. The World Wildlife Fund says the African elephant is the largest land animal in the world. It weighs 6 tons and is between 19 and 24 feet long. They're listed as vulnerable, and each year, 8% of the population is killed for their ivory tusks, and there are now only about 415,000 elephants left. The African elephant has 2 subspecies, the savanna or bush elephant and the forest elephant. The difference is that the savanna elephants are bigger and have more curved tusks than the forest elephants. At number 13, we have okapi. An okapi is a very interesting animal that you don't see very often. It looks like a cross between a horse and a zebra. They're related to giraffes, but they're much shorter. The average male okapi is about 2.5 meters long, while the average female is a bit taller. The okapi's strange markings help it blend with its natural environment, which, according to the World Wildlife Fund, is only the forests in the northeast of the Democratic Republic of Congo. The okapi is a solitary animal, but their territories overlap, so there are times when you can see them close to each other. At number 12, we have warthog. If you saw The Lion King, you might remember Pumbaa, who was a warthog. The warthog has the same conservation status as the hartebeest. The African Wildlife Foundation says they can run up to 34 miles per hour and have a unique way of raising their young. So when a female warthog is about to have another litter, she moves away from the young ones she's been caring for so she can take care of the newborn. Coming up at number 11, we have the gray-crowned crane. The gray-crowned crane is a beautiful bird with bright colors and a yellow crown of feathers on its head. It's the national bird of Uganda, according to Animal Facts. Pairs stay together for life, and even though they lay 2 to 3 eggs at a time, which Earth Rangers say is the most of any crane, they are still endangered. They live in places like marshes and rivers that have both wetlands and grassland. They're omnivores, which means they eat almost anything like insects, lizards, and seeds. At number 10, we have the mantled gareza. The mantled gareza is a beautiful species of monkey that lives in the forests of West Central and East Central Africa. They have a beautiful black and white fur that is rough and shaggy, and surprisingly, they don't have thumbs. This is why they're called colobus, which comes from the Greek word for mutilated. They rarely come down from the trees, where they eat leaves and sometimes even poisonous plants. Yes, it's toxic because, unlike many other primates, these monkeys have a very well-developed digestive system that lets them break down toxic food. Now, at number 9, we have dugong. The dugong is a large, strange-looking animal that lives in water and is related to the elephant. It has a big, bristly nose that it uses to dig around on the seabed for the grasses it likes to eat. It moves slowly through the water with the help of small fins and a whale-like tail. People think the dugong is where the mermaid myth came from, even though they are often called sea cows. These graceful animals look like women when viewed from above. This made sailors think that human dolphin hybrids lived in the ocean. The dugong lives from the east coast of Africa to the southern Pacific coast of Australia, and it likes warm coastal waters. At number 8, we have the wildebeest. Wildebeest have large forequarters and long, beardy faces that make them look very strong. Horns on both males and females are curved and sharp. Their gray-black fur is thick enough to keep them warm on cold nights, and their long tails keep flies away. They can get up to 4.5 feet tall and 250 kilograms heavy. Many people think the great wildebeest migration is one of the most amazing things that can happen in nature. In this unprecedented migration, almost all of the world's wildebeests move north through Kenya and Tanzania at the same time in search of greener grass. Africa's grassy plains are in the center, south, and east, especially the Serengeti in Kenya and Tanzania. One of the best places to see a wildebeest is in the Masai Mara. Next up, at number 7, we have kudu. The kudu is a threatened type of antelope that lives in parts of eastern and southern Africa. There are 2 subspecies of the kudu. Both the greater kudu and the lesser kudu have beautiful stripes and longhorns. The greater kudu can grow up to 5 feet tall, while the lesser kudu can grow up to 4 feet, but it can be hard to see these animals because they hide in thick trees and bushes to avoid being eaten. If there are a lot of them, it's likely that they are all females who are all very protective of each other and their young. Males tend to be more solitary and shy, except when it's time to mate. At number 6, we have hippopotamus. Hippopotamuses live in most of sub-Saharan Africa, especially in the central and southern parts. Their name comes from an old Greek word that means horse of the river. They live in at least 29 of Africa's 54 countries, but their numbers have gone down because of poaching and the loss of their natural habitat. Conservationists say there are about 130,000 wild hippos in the world today, and that they are a vulnerable species. Hippos are the third biggest land animal after elephants and rhinoceroses. Males can weigh up to 3,000 pounds and females can weigh up to 2,800 pounds. The average lifespan of these giants is 50 years. They mostly live in swamps and rivers, but they can spend up to 6 hours a day on land eating grass and other plants. Hippos can, in fact, eat up to 80 pounds of food in one meal. Even though they look friendly, hippos are known for being aggressive, and their big mouths and teeth can make them a threat to any predator that comes close. At number 5, we have African civet. African civets live all over sub-Saharan Africa and weigh between 3 and 10 pounds. In fact, some ostriches are bigger than a fully grown adult civet. Civets live about 12 years in the wild, and hunters want to catch them for their fur and secretions, which are used to make some perfumes. African civets may look cute and small, but they're really very hungry omnivores that eat everything from plants to insects and birds. Civets spend most of the day sleeping and resting. They do most of their eating at night, and their black spots and dark faces make it easy for them to hide. Moving on, at number 4, we have pangolin. The pangolin has a strange look and is one of the most traded animals in the world. From head to tail, it could be up to 4.5 feet long, and its scales are used in traditional Chinese medicine. It hunts for ants in hard-to-reach places with a long snout and a very long, sticky tongue. The word pangolin comes from pangolin, which in Malay means roller. This is because when attacked, the pangolin rolls into a ball where its sharp scales protect it. There are 4 kinds of African pangolins, and each one likes to live in a slightly different place. Most pangolins live in the central, southern, and eastern parts of Africa. They like to live in forested savannas and lowland forests. There are no good estimates of how many pangolins live in Africa as a whole, but every species on the continent is listed as being in danger. At number 3, we have aardvark. The aardvark looks like a hybrid of various animals. It has a pig nose, ears like those of a rabbit, and a kangaroo's tail. This nocturnal animal uses its long, worm-like tongue and strong claws to dig into termite mounds and scoop out the termites. The word aardvark means earth pig in Afrikaans. Aardvarks live in the sub-Saharan African region. They like to live in savannas, grasslands, and bushlands. This interesting species has been seen at Loldia House this year. There are no good estimates of how many aardvarks there are in the world, but the International Union for Conservation of Nature does not think they are in danger. At number 2, we have the African wild dog. The African wild dog isn't like a pet dog. They're different from other dogs because they only have 4 toes on each foot. The dogs hunt in groups led by a single breeding pair, and they're very social animals. They tend to stick to others from their pack and often travel together. When a female gives birth, the rest of the pack help take care of the litter. When a female gives birth, the rest of the pack helps take care of the litter. They've also been known to help take care of the sick and weak members of the pack. Unfortunately, the wild dog is one of the most endangered mammals due to reasons such as poaching, etc. Finally, at number 1, we have the dik-dik. The dik-dik is a small type of antelope, and it's also a very cute one. These animals are small, and males weigh between 3.8 kilograms and 7.2 kilograms, which is less than most dogs. Females often weigh up to 1 kilogram more than males. The dik-dik likes to live in places with a lot of coverage because it helps keep them safe from predators. Their colors change depending on the terrain where they live. In terms of where they live, the dik-dik is interesting because it marks its territory with a sticky substance that comes from glands in the corner of its eyes. That's all for this video. Which animal are you the most curious to see? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.